10 million pounds out there of meat you probably should not be eating. And get a load of this right here.
Our government is letting U.S. food companies get away with serving American citizens harmful ingredients that are banned or heavily regulated in other countries. Even worse, American food companies are selling the same exact products overseas without these chemicals, but choose to continue serving us the most toxic version here. It's un-American.
Most people don't care, most people don't look into things, and some people just need to be educated. So today, I'm gonna show you that whole clip and tell you guys a whole bunch of stuff that you should know. Important information that affects you coming right up. My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. Okay guys, important information that you guys should know. This is great material to get out to the public, so please consider hitting that thumbs up, and as I bring you this valuable information, please share it out, because the video I'm going to show you is the kind of stuff that's out there, but it gets covered up. We're talking about swept under the rug so nobody can see it. I want to tell you about 10 organic companies that got bought out big by the monstrous companies that own nearly everything, that put profit over people. Even got monstrous companies admitting that certain things that they've sold that were given to your little ones throughout the years contain cancer-causing ingredients. And we wonder why everyone is getting sick, getting cancer, dropping like flies, right? Now, before we get to that amazing video where she dumps off on the public the things that most people are worried to bring up in front of that type of panel, remember, the big thing is to stop supporting these companies. When these monstrosity billionaires own nearly everything that is in your home, we're talking about when you go to the store looking at all the shelves, all the choices, it's an illusion of choice because they own 90% of those brand names. So we have to remember, when we purchase those things, we support all of the things that they take our money and dump into the things that we don't agree with. So with that, buy from trusted companies, mom and pop shop, farmers, the folks who haven't sold out. And I'm gonna show you 10 recent companies that were bought out by these guys, the organic ones, because when they take our money and then go support things in schools that we don't agree with, support different groups that magically evolve around election time, it's hard for us to complain about it when we fund it. Real quick, if you guys don't have an option of American-made, non-toxic, and supporting family-owned, some folks in our community help promote an American-made, non-toxic, family-owned business, the last one at that scale. So if you want to learn about a better option, switchwithrhl.com. It's top of the description and the pinned comment. Most recently, company recalls nearly 10 million pounds of meat and poultry dishes for listeria contamination. Folks, we had one of these just a couple weeks ago. Here it is again. And FYI, we've got clean beef. Guaranteed, no hormones, no antibiotics. The best stuff I have ever found. Real quick, a company is recalling nearly 10 million pounds of meat and poultry products made at an Oklahoma plant because they may be contaminated with listeria bacteria that could cause illness and death. 10 million pounds, folks? Think about how many stores that's in. Bruce Pack of Woodburn, Oregon recalled the roughly 5,000 tons of ready-to-eat foods this week after U.S. Agricultural Department officials detected listeria in samples of poultry during routine testing. Further tests identified that Bruce Pack chicken as the source. The recall included 75 meat and chicken products.
An inspection service of the U.S. Department of Agriculture says Bruce Pack, an Oklahoma-based meat producer, is recalling about 10 million pounds of ready-to-eat meat and poultry products after routine testing found listeria in some products. The agency is sharing a list of products under brands such as H-E-B and Trader Joe's that it says use the recalled meat. The agency advising consumers who bought them to throw them away. No confirmed reports of illness, thankfully, linked to the recall so far.
10 million pounds, that could affect a lot of people. Here's another crazy one I found. It says, check the labels before you drink it, especially if you're watching your sugar intake for medicinal reasons. huge recall regarding Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has voluntarily recalled 13,152 cases of Minute Maid zero sugar lemonade because it discovered during an internal investigation that cans labeled at zero sugar contain full sugar. When was it? Well, the recall was initiated on September 10th, so not that long ago. With the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, it was classified as a Class 2 recall, which means a situation in which use of or exposure to a violative product may cause temporary or medical reversible adverse health consequences, or where the probability of serious adverse health consequences is remote. Zero sugar, yet full of sugar. Are you kidding me? The recall products are 12-ounce cans Minute Maid zero sugar lemonade with the following codes you can see right there. And then it says that Coca-Cola nor the FDA has provided information about whether the recall products have been removed from the store shelves or not. Are you serious? Can you imagine having like medical dietary needs? You're seeing zero sugar, thinking things are good to go. Also a new one, FDA issues recall on enoki mushrooms amid listeria concerns as well. If you guys happen to eat those, I'm not gonna go into detail on this one, but do some research and make sure you don't got that bad. I'm telling you folks, you guys gotta start buying stuff that does not have toxic ingredients. Here's a big name that you're all familiar with. Now, like I said, mainstream media, I don't think so, but on livelovefruit.com, that's where you're gonna find this kind of stuff. Johnson & Johnson finally admits our baby products contain cancer-causing ingredients. How many of you out there, put it down in the comments, have used Johnson & Johnson baby products or Johnson & Johnson family products in your lifetime? Shoot, a lot of you probably still have it in your homes right now. And what most people to this day don't know is that these products contain cancer-causing ingredients. It says, although Johnson & Johnson labels their bath products as being baby safe, they recently faced lawsuits and public outrage over their baby product and their ingredients they use. The questionable ingredients are the Environmental Working Group, a non-profit environmental research organization, described the dangers of the ingredients used in Johnson & Johnson products. These ingredients include quaternium 15 and 1,4-dioxane. You can see right here, quantum 15, formaldehyde releasing preservative and well-known carcinogen that causes burning sensation in the eyes, nose and throat, watery eyes, wheezing, nausea, and skin irritation. Think about all the people that think that they have allergies out there. It seems like so many these days. Is it really allergy? That's what I'm asking myself. This is a result of daily exposure, is linked with leukemia and brain cancer. Are you flipping kidding me? In fact, the North American Contact Dermatitis Group considers quaternium 15 to be among the most clinically significant contact allergens in children. Like I said, you think you're gonna see this stuff on mainstream? I don't think so. Other formaldehyde-releasing chemicals used by Johnson & Johnson include diamidination, imidazolurea. You can see it on the screen. If you can pronounce it, you're better than me. Anyway, it goes over a lot of information regarding that. I will put a link to this article down in the description for you guys to look through it, because public outrage. Parents were shocked when a Missouri jury recently ordered Johnson & Johnson to pay $72 million to the family of Jacqueline Fox, a woman who died from ovarian cancer that was linked to the use of talcum-based Johnson baby powder and shower-to-shower products. You look for it, this is everywhere. Look up class action lawsuits and you'll see, and what you're gonna find is that when you've got monstrosity type companies that own everything, and we fund them to take care of everything, whether it's a penny or a nickel, they add that price to that product that we buy to take care of lawsuit charges. It doesn't affect them at all. That's why these guys will pay out the $72 million settlement. Nothing will really change. The company continues to produce stuff that they most certainly can get away with, and it comes right back to what I always say, profit over people. Okay, I know you guys want to see the rest of that video I showed you in the intro, coming right up. But first, let me show you 10 organic companies that were bought out by Blackie Rock and Vanguard.
10 organic natural food companies that were bought out by huge corporations. Start with one of my favorites, Primal Kitchen, that was bought by Kraft Heinz Company. Garden of Life was bought by Nestle. Burt's Bees was bought by Clorox. Epic Provisions was bought by General Mills. Tom's of Maine was bought by Colgate. Applegate Farms was purchased by Hormel. Annie's Homegrown was bought by General Mills. Zico, who makes coconut water, was purchased by Coca-Cola. Larabar was purchased by General Mills. And Honest Tea was purchased by Coca-Cola.
Some of you guys already know about some of those, but that's just scratching the surface. I could do that all day long. Question is, if you had a safe alternative, would you switch the money you already spend every month? Because there's more. This video was sent by one of our community members. In fact, one that helps us with the switch with RHL. You're not gonna see this kind of stuff flooding mainstream. So it takes investigational people like us to find it, share it amongst each other, and then me try to get it out to as many people as possible. So if you haven't heard of this gal, this is Vanny Harry, who blogs as the Food Babe, became a food activist because she wanted Americans to be treated the same way as citizens in other countries by American companies. And if you've watched this channel long enough, you know that I've went into stuff in regards to ingredients that we have in our stuff that is outlawed in other countries for reasons we go into. In quotes, she says, "Our government is letting the US food companies get away with serving American citizens harmful ingredients that are banned or heavily regulated in other countries," which is true. Even worse, American food companies are selling the same exact products overseas without these chemicals, but continue to serve us the most toxic version here in the United States. This is why food awareness and toxin awareness has been turning into more of a present in-your-face topic. And another reason why you see them cinching the knot on the speech in social media platform. Again, like button, please share, helps this get to more people. Let's close with some of this awesome information that she put out there publicly.
Our government is letting U.S. food companies get away with serving American citizens harmful ingredients that are banned or heavily regulated in other countries. Even worse, American food companies are selling the same exact products overseas without these chemicals, but choose to continue serving us the most toxic version here. It's un-American. Let me give you some examples of McDonald's French fries. In the US, there's 11 ingredients. In the UK, there's 3, and salt is optional. An ingredient called dimethylpolysiloxane is an ingredient preserved with formaldehyde, a neurotoxin, in the US version. This is used as a foaming agent so they don't have to replace the oil that often, making McDonald's more money here in the United States. But they don't do that across the pond. This is Skittles. Notice the long list of ingredient differences. 10 artificial dyes in the US version and titanium dioxide. This ingredient is banned in Europe because it can cause DNA damage. Artificial dyes are made from petroleum, and products containing these dyes require a warning label in Europe that states it may cause adverse effects on activity and detention in children. And they have been linked to cancer and disruptions in the immune system. This on the screen back here is Gatorade. In the US, they use red 40 and caramel color. In Germany, they don't. They use carrot and sweet potatoes to color their Gatorade. General Mills is definitely playing some tricks on us. They launched a new version of Trix just recently in Australia. It has no dyes. They even advertise that, when the US version still does. This is why I became a food activist. My name is Vanny Hari, and I only want one thing. I want Americans to be treated the same way as citizens in other countries by our own American companies. For 60 years, almost all food additives were being created for one sole purpose: to improve the bottom line of the food industry and not improve our health. These chemicals were created to mimic real food, to make it easier and cheaper for food manufacturers to preserve their food, to make it last longer on the shelf, to help manufacturing, and sinister of all, to allow them to create products that are more addictive in nature. I ended up quitting my lifelong career as a corporate management consultant to investigate and write about food full-time. During my investigations, I found an alarming discovery. We use over 10,000 food additives here in the United States, and in Europe, there's only 400 approved. We were able to get Subway to remove azodicarbonamide from their bread in the United States after another successful petition. And as a bonus, there was a ripple effect, and almost every bread manufacturer in America followed suit. I want to make an important point here. Ordinary people who rallied for safer food, shared this information, and signed petitions were able to make these changes. We did this on our own. But isn't this something that the people in Washington, our elected politicians, should be doing? We deserve the same safer ingredients other countries get. We cannot allow our own American companies to treat us this way anymore. We've had enough, it's unethical, and it needs to stop.
Does it not just blow your mind that us, the people, have to step up and say something? It goes to show that profit over people is a real thing. And most would agree that the elected officials that are supposed to look out for us, well, how many here think that they're doing their job? You guys gotta let me know if you want more of this. Like, share, and comment, as I've got a lot more where this came from. It's past due. We all need to make a change. We need to switch where we buy stuff. We need to switch who we support. I'm talking about American-made, non-toxic ingredients, and support family-owned business. If you don't have an option, we can help you at switchwithrhl.com. And if not that, just do extensive research and get better pointed in the right direction. Again, like, share, comment, it gets it to more people. It also let me know that you guys like this kind of stuff, and I'll keep it coming. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing, guys. We'll see you on the next one.